I'm Tony Taylor. Are you here for Leaders Lead the podcast? Let's go. Hey, how did you beat me? Look, let me tell you about this podcast. We got like 5 seconds. Leaders Lead the podcast is about leadership. Not just the leader without, but the leader within. All of these leaders that I'm talking to across the country, well, across the world now, they have one thing in common, and that's that they have overcome some insurmountable obstacles to get to where they're at today. Come on, let's go. Welcome to Leaders Lead the podcast. This is our On the Record series. Just wanted to give an update on the debate that we had on, I think it was July 11th. I'm going to go through the scorecards that we have. I've had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I'm curious on the poll that you took. What happened? Who won? Who won the debate? And I just want you all to know that this isn't to really determine who won the debate, because there's a lot of different variables that you have to take into consideration when it comes to this race. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is who win versus who loses, especially if we're talking about the real elections. That determines who shows up, right? And so if Kevin Burton Crow, the challenger for the Thurston County Sheriff's Office, if he had majority of his people show up that's already supporting him, chances are, unless he said something really outrageous, they're showing up to show support to him because that's who they want to vote for, and that's who they want to become the sheriff, right? So if we talk about the current sheriff, Derek Sanders, right, the incumbent, same thing. If he tell his supporters to show up for the debate and all of his supporters show up for the debate, and they say things that he's typically been saying, then of course they're going to vote for him. So it's kind of like the polls. If you can get people to show up for you, then you'll get voted in, right? So that is kind of like the same thing. And I wanted to ask a couple questions when we were actually talking about this debate, just to see kind of where the voters' heads are at, right? And let's see. So if you voted on the debate, which that is still open, and the reason I was going to close it like 48 hours, because just so that we can get the data and we can send it to their teams, because I'm definitely sending it to both of them, right? So we were supposed to go live on Facebook, and it ended up being some error. I guess there was too many folks trying to get on, and it didn't show me live. So we, as an alternate, we already had that plan to where folks can just go to YouTube. But I'm still getting emails. I'm still getting people reaching out saying, hey, where can I find the debate? So I made the decision to where I'm going to keep this poll that we have, I'm going to keep it open until the end of the election so that we can kind of see if there's some correlation to these numbers that we were able to gather to the actual numbers that came through. And I don't know, I'm willing to bet that maybe there'll be some similarities. I don't know what similarities there will be, but there will be some. I'm willing to bet that. But in case you have not already, I'm going to go ahead and invite you. I don't know if you could see it, if it's the same, if it looks the same, but go ahead and scan this. If you're watching me on the computer, you can absolutely just do like a screenshot. You can do a screenshot, and then you can go and click it. You can do the same thing with your phone, where you can just take the camera actually and put it to the computer, and it'll pull up. And I will also, let me pull the banner really quick. Where can I find it? Okay, here, I think this is that. Yep, there you go. So you can go to 2026 Thurston County Sheriff Debate.grwebsite.com. So there it is if you want to type it out yourself. And I will make sure that I put the link in the comments. And just know that this is not an official ballot. I don't want to get in trouble. This is not an official ballot. It's just a survey that we're conducting. So if you go to the screen right here to say, thank you for watching tonight's debate. Of course, it wasn't tonight. If you want to watch the debate, I'll put that link to it too. But if you go to my YouTube, you'll see it. And it's actually on my Facebook page, but I'll give you the YouTube. My goal and my hope is to get as many voters watching this race as possible, right? I've been here for so many years, especially since I live here in Thurston County. There's voter turnout is really low. Voter turnout. I didn't win because voter turnout is low. And I always think, man, that's bullshit, because you got to get people excited to want to vote for you. If you think about back when Barack Obama won, man, I wanted to vote for him so bad. And I was just like, oh man, am I going to be able to vote for him? Because I think I was out of the country, or there's something going on with the military to where maybe there was a chance that I wasn't going to be able to vote for him and I wasn't going to get the information in time. But I literally wanted to vote for this man. And I never was a person that was a voter like that, right? I guess that's a different podcast episode. But what can we do? What literally can we do to make people want to go out and vote for us? So this is one of the events that I'm hoping that this will make people excited about voting, and not just in Thurston County, not just in our cities, but just voting all together. And we're running this thing with Thurston County right now. And we definitely have some interest in folks that are running for Congress, possibly voting, possibly coming on the platform and having a debate in this fashion. When I first started looking and asking questions about the people that were running, I had to search really hard to find some of these forms. And I left not understanding more about the candidate that was running. I have more questions than anything. And then I had another question. It's the marketer at me. Why does nobody see this? Why is there no one seeing these debates? Why are they not set up in the debate forum so we could talk back and forth, and there could be these hot button issues that we're all thinking as citizens, as their future constituents? Why aren't we asking these questions? I started doing some digging. I started asking some questions. There was people saying, oh, we have long-standing traditions with this organization, and why should we partner with you? That would be unethical, and that just wouldn't be how we do things, because we like to keep things really formal. And so I said, oh man, when I was getting ready to write this email back to say, yeah, I didn't even know that y'all were working with anybody, didn't understand how these corporate or nonprofit organizations work, right? I'm sorry. I had this thing. It wasn't like I heard a voice, but it was like this thing that came over me. It's like, wait, why are you trying to break into and crack open what they got going on? Because, what the heck? Because at this point, I had already started looking at some of the things that everybody was having. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't really fit that mode. So that's where this came from. So let's get back to the actual stuff. So if you look, you'll get the ballot after you scan. You'll come to this screen right here. See these two amazing dudes. And that's one thing that I want to say. I think that they're both amazing, and I'm looking forward to where this is over and they'll be able to go back to being friends or whatever. But yeah, you'll sign up here. You'll get the debate replay. You'll get some of the candidate interviews that I'll send to you, and I'll make you aware of all the future debates that we have, and you'll be into the community conversation. So you could just click here, click there, and sign up, and then you'll begin the voter registration. And if you look at this, so far we have 206 responses. I think that's pretty cool. Out of 5,000 so far that watched it, we had 206 people. So that tells you something, right? 206 people. And then first question before watching tonight's debate, had you already decided who you're planning on voting for? Out of those, it looks like 169 people, 82%, they said yes, with no, 10%. And then I was undecided, 14%, which I think that is still good. I mean, 29 people still don't know who they wanted to vote for out of this, but majority of the people they knew. Did tonight's debate help you become more informed about the candidates? Oh man, look at that. Yes. So, yes. 80%, 29 somewhat, 6% no. And then did tonight's debate help you become more informed? 15%. So what that goes in the yes column. So we had a hiccup, but the majority of the people, they're saying yes, did it help them? So that makes me happy because I don't want to have something that people don't want to see. I think that would be freaking crazy for me to keep going. It would be insanity. So it looks like we're going to keep it going. And I'll tell you a little bit about some of the debates that we're going to have coming up soon. But after watching tonight's debate, 78% said that their decision stayed the same. And I'm surprised by that. I thought that it would be much higher, but that's still a high number. They have a better understanding of the candidate, 32% and 66. So that's 161 people up here at 78%. And let me see, can y'all see okay, you can see the arrows. Still undecided. It looks like one person said that they're still undecided. So it's 0.5. And then I need more information. It looks like everybody pretty much know who they are voting for, which I think that's pretty cool that we were able to get 32% of the people say that they understand the candidates a little bit better. So based solely on tonight's debate, who would you believe would be more effective? And that is the Thurston County Sheriff. 16% are saying that they believe that Kevin Burton Crow would be, which is 34 people. And then 168 people at 81% is saying that Derek Sanders. And then, because remember, this is based solely on tonight's debate, based solely, not everything encompassing, right? And then 2 people said it was a tie. That's at 1%. Still undecided, 3 people. That's at 1.5. So looks like they still got a little bit of work to do. And I think about the people that watched it. And if we would have been able to get their data, I can't imagine what they're saying versus what we're seeing. So with that being said, go to leadersleadthepodcast.com to copy and paste so that you can, again, you can go check out the website, look at some of the interviews and poke around. And if you signed up at the top, you already will be getting that. So let me get this off the screen and say, again, I think it's one of these, like the QR code. Make sure you scan that. And I'm looking forward to some of the debates that we're going to be having. I never thought that we would be hosting debates, but I always feel like there's a story that's not being told. And these stories that we're telling on these debates, I think, are like none other that you're not going to get any other place. Please make sure you subscribe to the podcast, leadersleadthepodcast.com, or you can click the QR, go here, and it'll take you there and you will be notified. But I am actively working on the county commissioner debate. All 3 of them will be contacted today to let them know that they've been cordially invited. And my hope, right, and I've been talking to all 3 of them, full disclosure, my hope is that they will accept. And I think that it will be really good. There are 3 people that are doing their thing, the way that they do their thing. And I've had the privilege to be on the phone or be on the Zoom with all 3 of them. And I think all 3 of them is exactly what we need here, right? But we only get a chance to pick one. So I will keep y'all updated on what's going to transpire with this debate between the Thurston County Commissioners. And also, please, if you haven't done so already, I would love for you to go and vote for who won the sheriff race. And I'll make sure that I hand them that information. I'm not going to tell them who voted for who. All they are going to get is their numbers. And I think it'll help them with their campaigns a little bit. No, it won't help them. You just let them know like how they did on the debate. So with that being said, I appreciate you for supporting the show. Please give this a like. It would make me so freaking happy if you would share this and let people know that still time to vote for our unofficial, not an official ballot voting process. There's still time for that. And also this information with the Thurston County Commissioner's race. So I'll see you later. Whew, that was great. If you enjoyed this podcast, well, I'm sure you enjoyed it. If you're still here with us, what I want you to do is head over to your favorite podcast and streaming network and give us a download, subscribe to the channel, and also let us know what you think about the show. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for the things that you've done. Thank you for the things that you're doing. And especially thank you for the things that you're going to do, because I know that you're going to do something amazing.